In this video, we're going to be talking about 3 things your ex will do only if they really love you. But first, my name is Clay with modernlove.life, where we help you get the great loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not, because you, of course, deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me and you want to help a guy out with his YouTube channel, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel right down below. It does help us out with the YouTube algorithm, so if you get some value from these videos, might want to, pay it forward, help a guy out. If you do also want to work with us in a deeper way, we do have a survey that you can fill out right down below. It just basically asks you what's going on with you, what outcome are you looking for, what sort of way do you want to work with us, and we kind of, pass you off to the right area based off of your responses. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So there are a couple things that you will notice if your ex still does love you. The first one is that they are, actually going to be engaging with you and talking to you. I mean, obviously, if they're not talking to you, there's not a whole lot we can work with. But obviously, if they do love you and there is something there, they are going to be interacting with you. But beyond that, if they're interacting with you and they're bringing up like little inside jokes and memories from the past and shared experiences and, oh, do you remember that time when this thing happened? Or do you remember that little inside joke that we had? Like, whatever it is, I don't know. And these are just like little ways that they're trying to form little connections toward you. Okay, it's basically what we'd call turning toward you rather than away from you. These are ways that we kind of do little interactions that build up micro amounts of goodwill. Okay. Obviously, there's other ways that they can do this, but this is a really common way, right? Other ways might be like, oh, they went out of their way to do a favor for you, or something like that. But these are like ways that they are actually showing that they are emotionally invested in your interaction and in your dynamic with one another. And these are things that people do when they're in love, and these are things that your ex might be doing if they're starting to, fall in love with you again as well too. The second thing that they're going to do is they're going to take your feelings and your emotional place into consideration and make it actually important, right? If someone actually cares about you, they care about your emotional response. They care about how you feel. They care about what your reactions and what your responses are going to be in a particular situation. They're not just trying to hook up. They're not just trying to get some other material gain out of you. They're not just trying to get something from you. It's not just a matter of transacting, like, hey, if I give you this, you'll give me that, or something like that. I know there's some twisted people out there that think that that's all relationships are. Most of them have other issues that might cause them to think that. But, if someone actually loves you, and believe it or not, it is possible to actually love another person, you're going to actually take an interest in their emotional well-being. You're going to actually take an interest in what's going on with them, not simply to get something out of it yourself, but because you actually care, because you actually give a damn. This is something that people do when they're actually in love. And this, if your ex is doing this, it shows that, like, okay, they're obviously not some sort of twisted person with some serious issues, like maybe some other people out there that they just think relationships are transactional, but they actually, have the emotional availability to be curious and want to know more about what you're experiencing. The third thing that your ex will do if they actually love you is that they'll actually be willing to talk about their own emotions and their own feelings. And this is kind of the other side of that coin. And what we're really exploring here is the topic of emotional availability. Now, if your ex is taking an interest in your emotions, great. That shows that, they're emotionally available in that capacity. But if when you're talking to them, if you're interacting with them, and they're really only able to talk about, things, events, news stories, stuff like that, but they're not really willing to talk about their feelings, how something is affecting them, what their thoughts on this are, all of that sort of stuff. And, they just want to talk about sports or TV shows or current events or some video game or whatever, then that just shows that they're kind of not really willing to open up emotionally into their own emotional world. And this is kind of a sign that they're emotionally unavailable. They're guarded about their own emotional world. That's to say, for whatever reason, they don't trust you with their emotional world. And if someone loves you, and if they actually are interested and available to have a connection and a relationship, they're at least a healthy one. They're going to let you into that emotional world. They're going to want to know what your emotions are. They're going to let you know what their emotions are, and the two of your emotions are going to come together and connect and blend together and make this wonderful, delicious, romantic soup or smoothie or whatever it is you're into. Acai bowl, I don't know. What we want to do is we want to see, are they emotionally available? Are they emotionally available to actually love? Are they emotionally available to actually be in a relationship? Or is there that sort of wall there? Is that sort of wall where they're just willing, maybe they can have a great conversation about, topics, current events, politics, whatever, but they aren't willing to actually say, you know what, this is how I actually feel about this, or sometimes I have my doubts about the, whatever, that this is going on or whatever. Sometimes I feel really scared when I'm, thinking about certain things, or, whatever's going on. But if they actually are willing to open up and share their own emotions, then that's definitely a sign that they're emotionally available, and definitely a sign that they could be starting to fall in love with you if they're not already in love with you. But anyway, I hope that you found this helpful. If you do want to learn more about how you might be able to work with us, if that's something that you're interested in, please fill out the survey down below. It should just take a few moments, and depending on what you're looking to do and how you want to work with us, it'll take you to the right place. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you do want to help us out with this channel, hit that thumbs up button for the algorithm, and subscribe as well so that you can get notified when we upload and publish new videos. If you do also want to learn more about what your ex is thinking, we have this video playlist over here, or you might want to check out this video over here for your next video to watch. Anyway, please take care, and I'll talk to you